What up everyone, Zonobra here for a new video. Today I really wanted to talk to you about one of the biggest mid-change uh, patch that we saw that concerns the dragon. And I just wanted to talk about it and make a video, some sort of to activate some sort of debate in the comment down below. So feel free to criticize what I'm going to say, feel free to share your own opinion. I will be really happy to read them. So my opinion about the dragon overall is that it's pretty awesome. Like what Red did to the dragon, and making it like 4 different dragon popping randomly before 35 minutes, and after having a bigger dragon that is kind of comparable to a Baron buff, is actually really interesting. Like the incentive of this, or from Riot. Riot understood that Drake was not something that was really important in fight. That the Dragon Slayer was not something that was happening in esports. We saw it very like rarely, maybe 1 out of 20 or even 30 games in competitive level, and it was just something that needed to be changed with the meta. And they introduced us to 4 dragons that I'm going to talk about and present to you if you haven't watched the patch. By the way, Riot did a very good job of presenting all the changes on their website, so definitely go check it out. It has little videos per spells, and it's very, very easy to understand. I wanted to do a video explain, like me taking a look at it with you, but I just think that Riot did such a good job doing it that you don't really need people to read for you. So the first dragon here is called a Fire Dragon, and what it will do is that it would just buff your abilities and maybe your AP and AD. That's what I'm guessing. It doesn't say that, but it says augments your dueling and team fighting abilities, which I think it means that you will get a bonus AP and AD. And it's very comparable to the first Drake we have right now live, and the old Drake if you're watching this video when this thing is released. And something to know is that those Drakes right here, the following Drakes, are popping absolutely randomly in the game. Some will pop, some will pop like very early in the game, and it goes to 35 minutes, which is the transition between lane, middle, and late game in most of the game that we see out there. So this dragon will be very interesting to get when you have a good team fighting composition. It's interesting to see that it is a fire dragon, and I'm pretty sure it will be AD and AP bonus, but if it is, it's something really basic and nothing to really discuss about. It makes sense. It's a dragon. It gets you a buff that gets you more powerful. Yada yada yada. It's not very interesting to talk about. Moving on to the Earth Dragon. So Earth Dragon is, I think, it's like something that I'm curious to see how people are gonna use it. Is it gonna be very important for some like teams? Is it gonna be contested? Because the point of all that from Riot, it's to make competitive and solo queue more active. Like people just leave the Drake and they do it if okay, like the jungle pinged 20 times, maybe we will do the Drake. Here they want us to be more into it. Like they want us to be interested, and they want us to fight for it as it gives better rewards. And the Earth Dragons will do is that he will increase your turret and epic monster damage and augment, so he will augment your ability to take objective. That's what it says. So I think out of the 4, it's the least interesting one. It does work very well if you're initiating split pushing, or it works very well if you combine it with the Baron buff, but it looks very similar to the second buff of the dragon we have right now. So also a good an interesting buff that I don't see very useful in early game. So if it pops, like if the first dragon that pops into the map is the Earth Dragon, I don't think it will be killed. And I don't think it's actually worth it, because it's not like it will only be worth it for the jungle, because it's not like at the first minutes you're gonna eat the turrets, or even less the inhibitors, etc., etc. But it could definitely initiate stuff like, 4-man pushes. Like I could definitely see teams getting like the early Earth Dragon and going for a 4-man push bot lane, some sort of things. All right, moving on to I think the most controversial dragon right now. Like The Water Dragon is going to be absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure it will be nerfed as soon as it can. Uh, Let me present it to you first. So the Water Dragon will, upon killing it, will increase health and mana regeneration, which will augment your ability to siege and poke. Okay, so that's what it says. So you have to remember, if you're a new League of Legends player, that the Baron buff used to be like this. The Baron buff used to give you AP, it used to give you AD, it used to give you health and mana regeneration, and the first thing that they saw when they touched Baron is that they absolutely needed to nerf that because it was absolutely insane. So right now, I'm not sure of the data. It doesn't say 20 health per second. It doesn't tell, like, it doesn't give me anything to talk about in data wise. It just tells me what it is, and I just want to debate, and I just want to do this video to talk about it because I think it's very important for the future of solo queue and the future of esport. And this is the future of our game, League of Legends, right? It's shifting, it's good, it's fresh, it's new, we all happy. But I think that Riot is orienting itself to the mistake they did in the past, which is to make a health and mana regeneration as a buff, a global buff. The problem with that is that when you team up when you start gathering with your team and everyone has health and mana regeneration, it is absolutely impossible for the enemies to sustain that. If you're poking, well, the health is coming back, and if you have the buff, well, you can spam the hell of your spells and you already have mana regeneration. At least it was for that when you had the old Baron buff. You could take poke, you will regen very fast, you could spend mana, whatever. It was almost like everyone had a half blue buff. Like, it was absolutely insane. And I think that the Water Dragon will absolutely be a victim of nerf as soon as they realize the mistake they did. I'm not saying it's a mistake. But I'm saying that if they are making it the old Baron buff as much as it was, then it's not going to be good and it should be nerfed. So the last dragon is called the Air Dragon. As it might sound obvious, it will increase your AD of combat. So when you're not fighting, movement speed. It augments your ability to outmaneuver opponents on the map. Basically, what it does is that it helps you rotate faster and maybe out-rotate your opponent. This is really good. I mean, this is really good. This is not an opinion, but like, I think this is actually really good. Again, I don't think it's gonna be a contested dragon. It is important, right? For an air dragon is important if you have a roaming mid laner, for example. If you have a Nidalee jungle, a Udyr jungle, something very fast that is trying to gank top bot, like it's trying to run around the map. It's really, really important. But again, like when you compare the air dragon to the water and fire, I feel like we're in a different level. Like the water and the fire one are absolutely insane. Water being top one for now. Then you have the earth fire that gives you a little bit of it gives you a good advantage, but depending in the game. Like if this thing pops at 8 minutes into the game, I do not want to kill it because obviously I'm not hitting turret at 8 minutes. I'm pretty much I just got my BF sword. I just got I'm just trying to last it and push. And like this is the thing, is that the timing will be important in those dragon. And the air dragon, well, it's going to be interesting maybe in late game when you're going to try to get the tier 1 turrets or the tier 2 turrets, depending where you are in the game, so you can roam faster and out-rotate your enemy, which can be absolutely huge. But again, it's absolutely like immense how time dependent those Drake are. Except the air and the fire dragon, which are always good. And to go back to the water dragon, I feel like the health and regeneration and the mana regeneration will be absolutely insane in the laning phase. Let's say your jungle has the capacity of doing Drake very, very, very early in the game. Like let's say 4 or 5 minutes. And I don't know how powerful are the dragons, but let's say it's like now. Let's say Fiddlestick walks in, gets the water dragon at 4 or 5 minutes. How do you want laners to lose their lane if they constantly regen health and mana? I think it could be insane, but Riot can absolutely moderate it so that it buffs your health and mana regeneration, but not that much, not as a significant amount as it was back in the days with the Baron buff. So overall, like those dragon buffs are really interesting. Like it will make the game more interesting. It will make LCS, Worlds Championship, whatever competitive scene tournaments more interesting because you will see just more fight opportunities. Like, oh, now you have the Drake to contest, where people sometimes they didn't care about the Drake because it was not something to care about. Like if you were at 40 minutes and you got like there it's like their second Drake, you're not going to contest it because you might lose the team fight and lose the game. Whereas now it's like, okay, if we let them have the water dragon, we might lose the game. We have to fight for it, and this is absolutely insane. So this is for prior 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, you have an other Drake called the Elder Dragon, which is absolutely, by the way, like they're freaking beautiful. Like I absolutely love the design of them. I don't know. I think they look cool as fuck. I don't know if you guys do, but they look absolutely insane. So what they say is that this is really similar to the to the Dragon Slayer 5th buff of Dragon that we have right now. It grants a powerful burn over time on spell and attacks, and a buff that is stronger for each elemental stacks you have. So I might guess that you have okay. So basically, this Drake will help you. It's really similar to the buff we used to have for Dragon Slayer, and it will also give you a buff that is stackable with like the elemental stacks to like when you kill dragon in the past. So it's actually when you killed enough dragon, it's actually as worth as a Baron at this point. I might want to say that it's kind of a ballsy statement, but I mean, is Baron becoming very, very useless? I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? Like, because Baron, when you think about it, it's minion buffs. This is way better. Like, I mean, it's way better. It's like, I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, I feel like everything's going to be focused onto the dragon now after 35 minutes. And that Baron will actually be an interesting buff to always have, of course, but I feel like the Baron will be contested between 20 to 25 minutes or 20 to 35 minutes, and after everything will be focused on 35 minutes. So we'll see support focusing the pink wards around the dragon more than in the Baron. So it's actually interesting to see how pro gamers will react to it. And my opinion is that the Drake is going to become absolutely huge, and it's going to be very good as a macro management. Like, we're going to see how people manage the vision control on two objectives on the river at the same time. It's going to be very interesting to learn from that. And the second is, which is really important as League of Legends is becoming a sport, is entertainment, right? Entertainment is huge. Some LCS matches are more boring than others, and I feel this is just going to give us some juice, some freshness, and just some more opportunity to see people fight each other and kill each other, which we all love. So it might be interesting. I can't wait to see the pros playing on it. I can't wait to play on it. Honestly, it looks very, very, very cool. League of Legends made, like, in this mid-season, there's bad decisions that I don't like, and there are really good decisions that I like. And I really wanted to take the moment and talk about the Drake, as I think that they're going to absolutely shift the game entirely. And I would like to invite you to post a comment down below and just tell me a little bit what you think about the Drakes in general, or what do you think about the mid-season changes in general. And if you feel like debating, feel free to post a comment. I will answer you as fast as I can. It's just for me a way to see what you guys think and stuff. I just like to interact with the community. Thank you so much for watching if you made it so far, and I will see you for the next one. Bye.